I am Moonwalker Tanya, and this is the MJ Innocent Podcast. Alright, today is June 13th, 2023. It is the 18th anniversary of when Michael was acquitted in a court of law. And as we know, the information against Michael
is disgusting and false.
And before anyone tries to say, well, how do you know it was false? Because Michael was heavily investigated, harder than any serial killer on record. Besides, have we heard of any other cases where 70 to 80 policemen were in one bedroom? And I agree with Michael, it was overdoing it. Now, if there were 70 or 80, throughout the entire Neverland property, then maybe that's a little bit more reasonable considering the fact that Michael owned a 3,000-acre property. But all those police officers in just the bedroom alone? Not to mention the fact that they went into rooms that they didn't have warrants for. Yeah. So I'll never forget this day as if it were yesterday. I was in high school and I watched the verdicts live, and I was so happy when Michael was acquitted. Not just because I'm a fan, but I'm also thankful that children were not harmed. I was also furious when it was proven that not just the 05 allegations, but the 93 allegations were also proven false during that trial. And I have been attacked many times because of this. But this is why I personally do not believe in civil lawsuits when it comes to CSA claims. Unless there's a limit. Like, for example, if you claim you're a victim, first, you have to go through the criminal case first before I'll take you seriously. If you try to go for the civil case first, there's pretty much only a 1% chance I'm going to take you seriously. Because if your child was molested, money should not even be on your mind at all. Even if the child needs therapy, you shouldn't be thinking about the money. You should be thinking about getting justice for your child. And there were some pretty stupid protesters at the trial, which I will talk about in a separate video. But even though the jury was terribly bullied by the media and the tabloids, it even wouldn't surprise me if Tom Sneddon even bullied them. I'm glad they did the right thing. They paid attention to the facts. They didn't let the media manipulate them. And even though a lot of people have said that the media was shocked when Michael was found not guilty, they know Michael is innocent. The fact that they cheated in the courtroom when they only listened to the prosecution and then left the room and only told the prosecution side, they are just as one-sided as the mockumentary. Was Michael perfect? No. He made mistakes. But I can tell you that he was born innocent, he died innocent, and he's still innocent, even in death. Propaganda isn't going to change that. I'm proud to be a Michael Jackson fan. I'm proud of the fact that I've done 7 years of research. I look past the fact that I'm a fan. This is part of the reason why I wanted to be an attorney. I always kind of wondered what kind of attorney I could be. And I agree with Tom Mesereau. I could not be a prosecutor. I would be more of a defense lawyer, I would say. I believe I'm pretty good at it. The only thing that breaks my heart is when I see the face Michael had on the day that he was acquitted. Yeah, he was happy about being proven innocent, but you could tell that he wasn't well. And the sad thing is, not only did we almost lose Michael on 9/11, but we almost lost him a week after he was acquitted. Because for those of you that may not know, he was so badly dehydrated that by the time one of his friends took him to a hospital, they said that if they waited 24 more hours, Michael probably would have been dead. It's hard. And I feel like if you are going to pursue a civil case, there needs to be a limit in order for people to take you seriously. I don't care if it's the average Joe or if it's a celebrity. There needs to be a limit. Because, for example, like when Wade and James said that their lawsuit wasn't about money, but they're demanding $1.5 billion. Here's the thing. If Wade and James were trying to sue for like maybe $10,000 or $20,000, then I would believe them. But I mean, not based on what they alleged, let me clarify. I would believe that their lawsuit wasn't about money, is what I'm trying to say. So please don't take that out of context. It's kind of like even with the Chandlers. They demanded $20 million. What does money do? Does money bring back the innocence of your child? Does money protect the innocence of other children? No. In my opinion, if you pursue a civil lawsuit, not just first, but just all together, and you avoid the criminal case, like I've said before, that pretty much tells me that you don't give a damn about your child. And we know that Evan Chandler was a careless father. He treated Jordan badly. He abandoned him. He was thousands of dollars behind on child support. And he only became interested in Jordan's life when he found out that he was friends with Michael. And this is something that I've been wanting to mention before, but I keep forgetting. So I think this would actually be the perfect time to mention it. Let's say, for example, because we know that Janet Arvizo tried to pursue a civil case first before the criminal trial even happened. And for those of you that do not know, she actually tried to accuse Michael of molesting Gavin before they even met him. I'm not sure if Michael knew that or not, but yeah. So let's say, for example, if the law wasn't changed and she tried to pursue a civil case again. I mean, doesn't she know that because in the 93 case, most of the settlement went to Jordan, where Evan Chandler tried to kill Jordan in order to receive the settlement? And even though Michael said that he was not going to settle with the Arvizos, let's say, for example, if there was a settlement, for example, if the settlement would go to Gavin, Janet Arvizo would not be able to access the money. So she would either have to sue her son or try to do what Evan Chandler tried to do. But I'm pretty sure she didn't know that. Why would she? I'm very thankful that the court of law cleared Michael. But that trial never should have happened. The fact that these families were demanding millions, if not billions, should be a red flag on its own. Even though Michael isn't here to defend himself, that still doesn't give the two current losers the right to try to go after a majority of Michael's estate. Michael worked hard for his money. Those two losers wouldn't know a hard day's work even if it smacked him in the face. And I can tell you exactly what's going to happen with Wade and James. It's going to be the same thing that's been happening ever since 2013. They're going to keep asking for extension after extension after extension after extension with nothing new to present. Their case is going to be thrown out again, and they're going to try to appeal again. It's nothing but a waste of time. And they are an embarrassment to real victims of CSA. Not just CSA, but also real victims of rape, sexual harassment, sexual assault. Wade and James, you are an embarrassment to real victims. Michael didn't lay a finger on you. Just like how he didn't lay a finger on Gavin or Jordan, Jason, or Michael Jacobs Hagen, and let's see, what was the other guy's name? There was somebody else, but I can't think of their name right now. But I think it was either Terry George or, Terry George, I think that was his name. Yeah, so it frustrates me so much. But whenever haters try to defend these liars, the one thing that we need to do is just say, name one accuser who didn't go after money. We would never hear from them again. And I'm sorry I didn't really show anything in this video. I basically just wanted to give my thoughts. You know, today is a happy day and also an emotional day at the same time. I just want to say thank you to all the pro-MJ channels, whether if you debunk the allegations or not, or if you try to focus on Michael's legacy. You know, we are the heroes to the MJ community, and we stick together, you know. And even though I'm thankful and honored to defend Michael, especially since he can't, I have a lot of respect for people like Joey from Moonwalking Kingdom or MJ Central, where they talk about Michael's legacy and they try to ignore the allegations and things like that. And I have huge respect for Matt's FTR, who debunked the allegations for several years. And also to the MJ Cast, MJ Multiverse, and so many other channels. The MJ Cast, so many channels who have done so much good. And I appreciate all of you. And after doing my podcast for 2 years, it makes me stronger as a defender. It helped me interact with all of you guys. I now have over 700 subscribers. And of course, I don't do this channel for, you know, likes and views and things like that. Of course, I want my channel to grow, obviously. I do believe that the fact that I will tell you things that the media does not want the world to know about, I think that's... I'm pretty sure they don't like my channel. But you know what? I could not care less. Because all those people in the media who tried to destroy Michael, whether if it was Oprah, Diane Diamond, Diane Sawyer, Nancy Grace... the death hoax lady back in 2005, she actually wanted Michael to be guilty so that she could make a fortune. Oh, here's the train. Right on time. But yeah, I'm just thankful for the people who defended Michael out of the goodness of their hearts without asking for anything in return. And that's a really good point that I want to add in this video. Because think about it for a sec, okay? When Wade and James defended Michael both in 93 and in 05, even though James didn't testify, according to Tom Mesereau, he did submit a statement saying that Michael never did anything to him. They cooperated with the court system, and they didn't ask for anything in return. Now, ever since 2013, they are not cooperating with the court system, and they are demanding $1.5 billion. I'm just saying. Yeah, so I want to say a huge thank you to Tom Mesereau and Susan Yu and especially to Scott Ross. As a closing, I'm not, like, I've heard some things where Scott Ross unfortunately passed away. I'm having a hard time finding information about it. But I thought that if it is true, I want to say that to Scott Ross's family, I am sorry for your loss. I will keep you in my prayers. And to Scott Ross, I want to thank you for defending Michael until the very end. And I especially want to thank you for giving us the information that Wade only received a subpoena because of the prosecution, not the defense, as Wade claims, and also gave us the information of how Wade and James refused to take a polygraph as the judge requested. That is very crucial information. Yeah. And so, to Michael, this is your victory day. We love you. We miss you so much. We wish you were still here with us. And 12 days from today, it's going to be a very emotional day. I'm going to try to keep my spirits up, but it's always been difficult. All right. So as a closing, I'll let Michael say the final words.
I allowed this family into my home because they told me their son was ill with cancer and needed my help. Through the years, I have helped thousands of children who are ill or in distress. These events have caused a nightmare for my family, my children, and me. I never intend to place myself in so vulnerable a position ever again. I will be acquitted and vindicated when the truth is told. Thank you.